Hello, and welcome to our fourth episode of the Orange Zone. I'm your host, Annie, followed by my other panelists, who I will allow to reintroduce themselves.
I'm Ramsey.
Hello, I'm McKenna.
And I'm Corey.
In today's episode, we'll be talking about social media campaigning and social media strategies in sports communication. Our guest will be Andrew Fosvelt, who will share his experiences working in social media for Clemson athletics.
Hello.
Today, we're joined by Andrew Fosvelt, a Clemson graduate student pursuing his master's degree in athletic leadership. He earned his bachelor's in organizational leadership and marketing from Texas Tech University, and he's also gained valuable experience in social media through internships with Rainier Healthcare and Texas Tech. He also now works with Clemson Athletics, specifically with the women's lacrosse and rowing teams. And in this role, he oversees content creation for their Instagram, Facebook, and X accounts. With that being said, welcome to the Orange Zone, Andrew. We're very excited to have you on.
Thank you.
Just like Ramsey said, thank you so much for joining. It's been great working with volleyball, I think, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
obviously.
Obviously, good. So the first question we have is, could you just share how you first got started or like interested in like sports media?
Yeah, like I've always been interested in sports. Whenever I went to Texas Tech, I was there for every game, basically like every football game, every basketball game. My girlfriend introduced me to like sports information, which is my like big job title. Like I'm strategic communications and publicity, and social media is just like a small part of that. But I got interested and got a internship with Texas Tech January of 2023 and basically just fell in love with it from there. I was able to travel with the women's tennis team at Texas Tech for their NCAA tournament run in 23, and after the 2024 season, I graduated and I started looking for jobs, and this Clemson job came up, and it was very stressful to get, but I got here. Now I'm here and I'm in my second year now.
Nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
going off that, like working for Texas Tech, how has working for Clemson been different? And like what strategies have you adapted to make effective content for like a different organization, even though they're both big football schools, I guess?
Yeah. Uh, I guess the biggest like change would be just more responsibility. Like now I'm overseeing three sports. I have six students under me. I've got three accounts to run and just all of that. The biggest change from the social side is at Texas Tech, I would just mostly be in charge of the game day campaigns. So like doing lineups, score posting, just like getting some video from it and just like making sure game day ran smooth was my main job that I did with social media there.
Okay.
So just like changing from doing that to being like the head day to day, like now I have to figure out what to do when a game's not happening and how to keep people interested in the account like 365 days. That's the biggest change.
Okay. Do you do the same type of social media stuff for like lacrosse, rowing, and volleyball?
Yeah,
Okay.
like if from what I've seen, like if a thing works on one account, it'll usually work on like all three accounts. Like obviously I'll change depending on the sport, like,
For sure.
but if it works, it works.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so working for different sports team, social media at Clemson, how do you tailor content for different sports to resonate with each sport unique audience?
Uh, I mean, just comes with like knowing the sport. So like before before I came to Clemson, like I didn't know anything about volleyball. I didn't know anything about rowing or lacrosse. It's just like learning the sport, learning what makes it tick, and finding out like what fans want to see. So like what fans want to see and like what the athletes want to see on that account. And it's just like making sure that you have the voice of the team on the account to match like the athletes' vibes.
Mm.
And that just comes with like being a part with the team every day and traveling all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you walk us through what a typical week would be like preparing for game content and everything? Like
Um,
your normal routine?
I mean, it just like this is going to be a cliche answer, but like every week is different. Um, but like, are you just asking like what goes into it?
Do you have like a
Like,
specific routine? Because since you're, jumbling three teams at once, is there like one day where you're like, oh, I'm gonna focus on this team, or they have this, or like just like how you organize having three different teams at this in one week or at the same time?
that's still something I'm trying to learn how to do is like organizing all of that. Like, I have content calendars for all of them that like I try to update month by month. So that's how I like try to keep ahead on that. Um, a typical week, like it just depends on the needs for the day. So I go like day by day instead of week by week. So like today I need to get um a bunch of lacrosse stuff done for like their schedule release and like some more signing day stuff. And then maybe like later in the day I'll work on volleyball and get like the rest of my senior day content done so that I can just like schedule that and pump that out for the rest of the week. And Tuesday, like probably rowing. Like it's just depends on the day, honestly, and like how busy I am.
So I have a question. Does Val like create those content calendars, or do you have an idea of when to post based off just the scheduling
Like
and everything? Or is
like
Val not your boss?
she is my boss. Like um I everything's just like orbiting around game day.
Okay, yeah.
So like last week was different for from a volleyball standpoint because we had a midweek
Hmm.
and a Friday and then Saturday and Sunday were off. So like I had to condense everything down from our matches from last Friday and Sunday and try to get that all done on Monday and Tuesday without like also destroying the feed and
Hmm.
like putting too much stuff out.
Okay.
So it's just like a balancing act for
Okay.
that stuff. But like this week, since there's 5 or 6 days in between matches, I can spread it out.
Okay.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do it get kind of challenging to like find different content for the different audiences you work with?
Yeah. That's probably like my most difficult thing is just like coming up with new ideas. So like I'll look around. We have this analytics platform called Zoom. I'll look at the highest performing accounts from there and basically just steal those ideas.
I was gonna say
And
because like rowing, I wouldn't even know what to post for like
yeah,
type of stuff.
Right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you just have to like steal ideas from like different schools and then different sports, honestly. Like uh lat during the summer, like everyone was doing like a college football cover, so I did like a college lacrosse cover and just tried to hop on that bandwagon while it was still going.
I have a question.
What
So you mentioned like drawing inspiration from other accounts. What are your favorite like other like college teams or like teams like at the more professional level that you draw inspiration from?
Uh, Chargers is the Chargers is always a good one. I really like this is gonna obviously I really like Texas Tech's. Um, I like their graphics package on everything. Um, UNC does a really good job with theirs. Duke did a really good job last year. Not this year, they've like not done as well, I think. But I think those are like my main ones that I look at. And some of like Florida too.
So yeah, kind of how do you like stay creative other than just like looking at other organizations' different content? Do you like sit down and brainstorm with your team for like that 365-day calendar and sense like
Yeah,
also saying like organized, but like making effective and engaging content? Like what's your process like for that?
yeah, like I just sit down with my students and like try to like brainstorm for the month and next couple months. Like this week I need to meet with them for volleyball and just like figure out how to recruit for the how to make the account good for like transfer portal recruiting because like that's going to be something that student athletes look at. Um, and then like it's just brainstorming, trying to figure out like off-season stuff. Like I tried to stay creative by just like bouncing ideas off of everyone, but it's really hard sometimes, especially when like trying to, like I said, balance all of this and school.
So you said you
Yeah,
lead a group of 6 people.
yeah, like
Um,
two per each sport.
do you like hire those people yourself or they're kind of like given to you for you to,
They're they're assigned.
oh, right.
Like
Okay.
we have 40-ish like students in our communications department and they're assigned based off like experience and what they want to do. So like the volleyball students that I have, neither of them did it last year, but like they showed themselves to be experienced in the sports that they have been doing. So they got like promoted to this sport.
Do they do a good job of like giving you is like part of their job to give you new ideas or to be like, oh, this would be a good thing to post and stuff, or is that mainly just your decision and then they just have to, you know,
But like I come up with a strategy, but like uh I need their ideas because like you can't run like a social account by yourself basically
yeah.
for the whole time. Like it needs to be a team effort.
In
Yeah.
your opinion, what do you think are the most effective strategies you've seen within like how posts do?
Uh like in terms of what?
Like in terms of like making an effective campaign or say or like social media, like what strategies would you say are like, does that make sense? Like how,
Uh
Like which
uh
graphics do the best?
yeah, like which, yeah,
l-
that's a good way to phrase it.
like it just needs to look good at the end of the day. Like I feel like if it looks good, it'll perform good and that's the same thing I do with like photos and graphics is like try to keep it like sharp. minimalistic and like just keep it simple.
I
As
forget who was saying this. I think in an earlier podcast we had, but it was like one of Corey McKenna or Jane, I think they were like, oh, like the team gets hype if it's like kind of catered to a player. Like if a social media post is like, oh, these players, and then they put like a song that hypes them up and like they all repost. I'm sure that post will do really good.
yeah,
Yeah, compared to like I'm sure there you have to post some things like, oh, today we did a photo
yeah,
shoot and played like my sister's on a lacrosse team at another school and they posted this post and it was just like, oh, the girls lacrosse team played pickleball today. And it was just like slideshow of them having team bonding versus like they did a game day post with one of the players' favorite songs and they all reposted it. And
yeah.
that post obviously did 10 times better.
All right.
Like you need to have the voice of the team basically,
Yeah.
like in your account. Like you can you can tell the difference between like someone who knows what they want to post and someone and like something that they have to post for like
Yeah.
a coach wanting it out, you know.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We're closing our conversation. So, what advice would you give to any college student that is interested in pursuing sports communication or sport media careers?
Um, just build connections. Like there there's so limited amount of jobs in this field that and everyone wants one. It's just you need to know people. Like know people, do the small things right and just keep grinding and then you'll you'll make it. It'll be hard, but and the hours suck, but you'll make it.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for being our guest speaker today and sharing your experiences working in sports social media. And we really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. So,
Yeah.
Of
Thank you
course.
so much.
For
Thank you
sure.
guys.
Thank you.
welcome back to the Orange Zone and into our group panel discussion. To start off our conversation, I just want to reflect on our guest speaker today, Andrew. He brought great insights into social media in sports and effective campaigning. So, to start off our conversation, I was curious what was one takeaway they had with our conversation with Andrew today?
For me, I think takeaway, I mean, obviously he kept it pretty brief, but saying that like he needed to, what did he say, the voice of the team or something like that? Like you have to be like
Yeah.
understanding the players and like he even included about how he gets to travel with them and like how that helps him create better content that like better reflects the team. So I thought that was pretty interesting because I have never thought about it like that.
Yeah. I'm sure you have like more of a better insight personally because doesn't he work directly with your team?
Yeah,
And yeah.
like me and Andrew, like he comes on all of our travel trips, so I'm like we're low-key friends at this point. So it's just interesting because I'm like he actually might be like observing us
All right.
to like see what he should be posting. So I think that's funny.
Like it must be nice how he can like come and see and get the vibe and then, base what he posts on like um the team
Mhm. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I found that like super interesting too, how he also like compared like knowing the voice of the team and like making content that will resonate with others rather than making like you can know the difference between a team that has to post something and a team that like wants to post something. So that was super interesting, like how he like travels with you guys and like how that directly will affect the content he makes because he knows you guys and wants to create like an effective social media like channel for the team.
Yeah, and I also want to add that since Andrew has worked with volleyball this year, because I think last year he was like he wasn't running the account completely, like he was still like one of the students that was just like helping brainstorm. But our social media page actually got 10 times better with him running it. So I thought that was also like it's just actually like I just want to give him a shout out because being on the team, I was like, ooh, like this
Uh,
isn't going to be good for recruits. Like, we want good people to come in. Like we need people good people to come in. And if our social media page doesn't look great, it's not going to help. But he
Yeah.
actually like made it so much better. Like so much better. So,
Right. I like what I took from that was how he gets other content from other teams or whatnot. And it's not only like, yeah, he's with lacrosse and volleyball. It's like
Really?
he get content from in the NFL or like college football or stuff like that. So that just reached out to me in a good way.
I really liked how he doesn't even have like a specific routine from day to day, like how he changes it up because I feel like, you have a different game schedule every week, so it's good that he kind of bases it off what each team has going on and not just, oh, I need to stay to like a specific set schedule because I guess for this type of field of work, it doesn't matter. It's just based on your schedule, what you guys have going on, and then he needs to work around like what team has what he needs to post. So I
Hmm.
like how he said it's more of like day to day and not week or month to month.
yeah. Um, that brings up the next question of what type of content from a social media account do you think drives the most engagement?
Probably. I mean, you guys would know more than me, but I'm guessing like a game day post maybe. That's what I
Yeah.
see the most. Like I even saw a volleyball game day post and I was like, "Oh, yay, like get hype."
I feel
I
I'm
probably,
also, oh, sorry, you go, Corey.
yeah.
Okay. Um, I feel also like on a game day, more people are on like a volleyball Instagram, like the football Instagram, like to also be updated.
Yeah, like
So
checking
I
the
think,
times.
yeah, and also definitely like right after the game, people want to see the score, whether they search that up or like they go to the like social media page directly. So I definitely think like the final score probably drives a lot of engagement. But what are you going to say, Corey?
I feel like what drives engagement, me personally, is like when they post pictures of the team and their favorite song or something like that.
Mhm.
Because I know that drives like us in football, we get hyped when we see stuff like that. So I know that'll do the same for other athletes.
Yeah, Annie, I'm looking at some of our like Instagram posts and the final score is like consistently getting more likes than the other ones. So, yep.
I also
Yeah.
think like post-game celebrations, like I know Clemson football does like when we win, we dance. And
Yeah.
I mean, I always enjoy logging on to that because it's always great to see your team win. So again, that post-game, in addition with the final score, like to see your team celebrating probably drives a lot of engagement.
This might sound weird also, but it's also funny to see like, oh, if the team does lose, how do they make the graphic so it's like
Mhm.
not depressing, but not like too happy because it's not like you won.
That's
Right.
Which
actually, yeah, interesting because I was looking at Alabama. They, I think, have one of my favorite SEC football Instagrams. And when they lost, they just did like final score. They still posted the graphic, but I know like some other sports teams, they'll just do a story post if they lose and not do a full post. So I found it was interesting that they took that route and did a final post
Right.
yeah,
for that.
So how important is timeliness in a sports organization, social media? Do you have think like pregame?
Mhm.
No.
I think off-season content is really important because you also want to feel connected to, like get hype for the next, their upcoming season. I think that's why he was talking about posting lacrosse stuff because I know there's seasons in the spring and they're probably all, you know, he needs more content for them because they haven't even done, I'm sure they've had scrimmages and stuff, but they haven't done any real games officially yet. So he probably needs to strategize, like what can I post to get people hyped for their upcoming season?
Right.
No, definitely. Also, like pregame too is pretty important, like leading up to the game. You want people to get excited for the game itself and to tune in, especially if you can't attend the game yourself, like what's going to make someone choose to watch this game specifically and not, like watch Netflix, like to really like gain that audience and
Yeah.
engagement before the game starts, as well as post game, people need to know the final score. I could assume like Andrew probably already has a graphic like ready to go, like if volleyball is winning, if lacrosse is winning, like to post it right when the game ends.
I also have a question for you, McKenna, since I'm sure you were just on some kind of trip with him. Does he go to the game and or is he around for the game and then when you guys get like your halftime score, because I see halftime scores being posted, does he literally just ask you guys or he's there when you find out the score and then just post it on halftime? Because those are like timely.
Yeah, no, he's definitely there. Like we have like the scores table. So he
Yeah.
like works there and then like most of the game he's taking pictures though. Like he takes the action
Oh, so
shots
he
and stuff
takes
like
the
that.
pictures too.
Yeah, he
Wow.
takes a lot of pictures of us actually, but then kind of he does that like because we have like a pregame warm up, like a serve and pass basically. So that lasts like to 15 minutes. So he like takes pictures then at the beginning of the match and then like kind of towards like the middle to the end, he's like posting, creating content, stuff like that.
He's really doing a lot at once.
On
He's doing
everything.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's really impressive.
Yeah. I honestly think what you said earlier, Ramsey, was a good point about like I always am interested to see what people are going to post when they lose, especially football teams, and like how soon after they're going to post. So I
Yeah.
think that's like a timeliness piece that I think about.
Another question I had was, how can a team's social media page build genuine connections between fans and the sports team? Which we already talked about, getting hype for them and kind of building off of their energy. But what do you guys think is the best way to connect both fans and the sports team so that
I would just say like allowing the audience to see the athletes like genuine personalities, like on and off the court or on off the field. Um, I think as an athlete, it's nice to be able to like show the audience who you are, and then vice versa. Like it's nice to see that coming from like if you're watching like Clemson football, you're like, oh, okay, like that's kind of what he's like, or like I like
yeah.
him, or like stuff like that, or like I would meet this person and think they're so cool, and they're not just an athlete kind of thing.
Hmm.
I think what I saw Clemson doing a while back is leading up to a game, they interviewed players and Dabo saying like what makes Clemson so special and really just emphasizing that like Death Valley is a home. And I think that was a really interesting narrative because I saw LSU do this, how like what makes Louisiana home and that whole narrative of making this home and building that connection with the fans that this is like a school and like a place of tradition and really like emphasizing like a game day is about the sport, but it also is more and like tradition, like just I feel like that creates like a very genuine connection with like the fan and the sports team, like it's a family essentially.
Hmm.
Me personally, I feel that whatever the team posts that the fans interact with the most, and I feel like that should be something that the fans could connect with the team with, because like they might like some with music, with good music or country music, but not like the hardcore stuff. And when our social media team sees that, they most likely post more stuff with, for instance, country music or stuff like that. So I
Is
feel
it
like
because
that's stuff we
the
should
majority
post.
of your fans
Yeah,
listen to country and not other genres,
right,
even though other genres might be your favorite.
right.
Yeah, I feel like again with like running a sports like social media, like it's super important to know the fans and trying out different content, like Andrew said, and see just like what performs the best. And then essentially that in turn will create a stronger fan base and connections with like followers and viewers, just consistently trying new things and knowing your fans essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
What is a sports team that y'all think has a good online presence and why?
Um, I think collegiate wise here, I've actually seen a lot from the baseball team.
Oh yeah.
Like especially on like reels, and I've seen so many like tiny mic things with them, and then like how they I don't know what it's called, but they did a game or something with Banana Ball.
Annabelle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really watch Banana Ball, but it just comes up on all my suggested because they're all like doing flips and stuff. I don't know, but that I'm sure that really boosts Clemson baseball because I'm sure like the little kids around here too, they like Banana Ball. They're gonna like, oh, like I need to see Clemson play them or something like, I'm sure that gets all different audiences instead of just like, me who already follows a bunch of Clemson stuff.
Mhm.
All right. I agree. I feel like because me personally, I didn't watch baseball until they got connected with the banana ball thing. So that was very interesting to me, just seeing all the players, all our players do flips, backflips, and stuff like that. Just bringing a lot of fun to the game.
Yeah.
I really like LSU's football Instagram. I think they're very modern with the times. Like compared to Clemson, I feel like it is a more like traditional social media, um,
Right.
knowing that like fan base. But I think LSU like constantly has like engaging like bird's eyes views of Death Valley and like fast songs with the players. So it's something different than Clemson, but I really like it. I'm always intrigued when I'm on LSU's Instagram for sure.
I agree. I feel like their culture is just different,
Mhm.
really. They show off their culture, all the little dances they be doing at LSU. And while we here, we just doing nothing for real. So
What about you, McKenna? Do you have like a favorite volleyball account other than Clemson or loyal to Clemson? What are your thoughts?
Um, Honestly, I think I like SMU's volleyball account page. I think they keep it they add their humor in there, which I really like because again, it allows like you kind of get to see like the feel of the team, but they also keep it like very like you can tell they're a very competitive team and professional. So I like how they can like balance that and it like reaches me as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure Andrew, like you said you were friends enough with him where you could be like, oh, like look what SMU is doing. Like that's super cool. Maybe we should do something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely been like interesting how we have been able to have a little bit of an impact. You can't ask them for too much because then they get annoyed, but
Oh,
like
yeah, obviously. I was
at a
just
certain you can definitely like ask though. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting how social media, it's ever changing. Content and a whole organization's page can change rapidly, but it's just great to like know different strategies, like Andrew said, what performs well and like constantly be changing what you're doing, but also like keeping what's good, like keep doing like the same thing. So I think that definitely closes our conversation today. As always, thank you for listening and tuning into our fourth and final episode of the Orange Zone. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the Sports News Media class podcast on YouTube, as well as follow our Instagram, the Sports News Media Podcast, and see you not so soon. But thank
thank
you.
you everyone for watching.
Bye,
thank y'all.
guys.